Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tweedy. Today, I want to talk about the Mortal Kombat 1 beta. It's going down this Friday, August 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern, and it's ending August 21st at 11 a.m. Eastern. So we're going to have 72 hours of MK1, and how to access the beta. So basically, you have to pre-order the game. Any version, can be the premium or the regular. However, if you can afford the premium, I recommend that because you'll get the game 5 days early, and you'll get guaranteed access to Combat Pack 1. Now, as far as accessing the beta, if you pre-ordered it from a retailer, you have to contact them, whoever it is, whether it be, Amazon, GameStop, or whoever. Now, as far as if you pre-ordered it digital, if you got it on the PlayStation Store, you can actually go to your library and then look at the versions, and it'll have the game version you bought, the beta, and the stress test, and you can set the beta to pre-download whenever it's available. And then for Xbox, you just search the store, and you'll have it. Now, this is not available on PC or Switch, and it's kind of unfortunate it's not available on PC. I prefer PC, honestly, but if you look at like the Tekken and Street Fighter betas, they actually were able to crack the beta and keep playing it, so it's kind of a good thing in retrospect that they're not doing the beta on PC. Now, as far as the characters in the beta, it is very similar to the stress test, but with some additions. So we got Liu Kang, we got Sub-Zero, Kitana, Kenshi. For cameos, we got Sonya, Kano, Jax. But in addition to that, as fully playable characters, we have Li Mei and we have Johnny Cage. And then cameo side, we have Frost. Now, me personally, I think I'm going to try out multiple characters in this beta. I didn't get to play the stress test, so I'm going to be trying out a lot of characters. The only character I probably want to try at all is Kitana. I really don't like her buttons in MK1. I was able to watch a lot of footage. And also, not going to lie, I know I'm probably expected to go in hard with Kenshi. But to be honest, y'all, I really don't like how Kenshi plays on MK1. It's very different from Mortal Kombat X. In Mortal Kombat X, I love Possess. I love teleporting around, doing stuff like that. It seems to me like if any character is going to play like that in this game, it's going to be Rain. Kenshi in this game, he's very different from that. So, and if you remember, maybe you don't, I don't know. But anyways, I'll just go over this. So on Mortal Kombat X, Kitana and Sonya players love that game. Their characters were very top tier. They were very fun to play, stuff like that. But then when MK11 came around and Kitana and Sonya were very watered down, stuff like that, a lot of the Kitana and Sonya loyalists, they didn't stick around. So I'm not going to play a character I don't want to play because of loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So for me, Kenshi, I'm probably not going to play him too much. I will try out Johnny Cage and Li Mei. But the character I'm most interested in moveset-wise from watching the stress test and all that is actually Sub-Zero. And I'm going to probably try Sub-Zero out with probably any of the cameos, to be honest. I want to try all the cameos at least a little bit. Let me know in the comments down below what character and cameo combination you're going to go with. I'll probably start with Sub-Zero Kano. Maybe try out some Frost too. Now, another thing that's very interesting about this beta is that Evo, they actually played on what we assume is the same build. It had all those characters and stuff like that. So if it's that same build as Evo, a couple of interesting things is you're actually able to change your controls in that build. Now, if you played the stress test, you weren't able to change your controls or your settings at all or anything like that. And that forced people to play with negative edge. And if you don't know what negative edge is, basically you release a button and it gives you like an input, right? That's basically how I explain it. I don't know. I'm not really I've never used it, so I don't know how to explain it more in depth. But it actually messes up a lot of newer players and even experienced players who aren't used to it, And a lot of us are NRS players. We've always had the option to turn it off. A lot of fighting games, they don't have the option to turn it off, so they just get used to it. But NRS players, we've always had the option to just turn it off. So a lot of our top players, including me, we don't know how to use negative edge. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to use that shit at all. So if it's the Evo build and we're able to turn it off, that's going to be, a very welcomed addition to the beta. And then also another change. So in the stress test, whenever you dashed, the only way to stop your dash, on MK11, was to press, down and block, I believe. Down and block. So it kind of created, this weird, high execution, kind of Tekken movement. But they actually changed it because a lot of people on Twitter, Ed Boon even said it was because of the feedback. They actually changed it to where you cancel dashes with block. So it's going to be... So they call it MK9 block dashing. I never played MK9, so I don't know what that means. But it seems like it's going to be like MK11. Except, you know how in MK11 when you dash, you could cancel it with anything besides just crouch. You could cancel it with block, you could cancel it with block plus crouch, you could cancel it with any kind of button, just whatever. You know what I mean? A special move, whatever. Now, it seems like on MK1, you'll be able to cancel a dash whenever, but with a block only. So that's going to be interesting. So, to me, I want to say, like, that's wave dashing, right? But I guess it's not wave dashing. It's like MK9 block dash, I guess. I don't know. I'm not very, like, I haven't played MK9, so when they say MK9 block dashing, I don't really know what they mean. But to me, it seems like MK11 movement, but you can only cancel the block with, or the dash with block instead of just with whatever. So it's going to be interesting to mess around with. I actually enjoy that change. I like that change because I'm not really like a, I don't really like high execution, really. I like to just get to like the mind games. I like to hit some satisfying combos that aren't too hard to do, stuff like that. And with the way the dashes were before, where you would dash press down to cancel it, that seemed like to get really clean movement to come out, like where you're like skating across the screen. It would have been really hard to do, you know? You would have had to like do like forward, down forward, down forward, or no, forward, down block, forward, down block. But now it's just like, you're just going forward or back, you know what I mean? And canceling it with block. So I'm pretty excited for that, actually. I actually like that change. Let me know what y'all think about that. But yeah, y'all, we got 3 days of MK1 coming up. And then a little under a month after that, we're going to have the full release with the premium edition. And I'm excited, y'all. But yeah, if you're trying to be a competitive player and stuff like that, I highly suggest getting on this beta and grinding. You know, the players that do well in those early tournaments, they're probably going to do well with like their beta, you know, their beta practice, you know, their characters they use in the beta, what they learn from the beta, stuff like that. Of course, once the game's been out for a week, 2 weeks, a month, that stuff's going to, you know, it's going to be whatever. Like a lot of people who play like Sub-Zero and Liu Kang and characters like that in the beta, they'll probably move on to like their real mains, you know what I mean? Like I'll probably move on from Sub-Zero to Gearus, you know, and stuff like that. But if you want to do good early, especially like get out content, do good in those like first few day tournaments, and just learn a lot about the game overall, I highly suggest getting on the beta. You definitely don't want to lose this opportunity. You know, 3 days is a long time to get games in, and also it is on the weekend. So, you know, if you don't work on the weekend, or if you're off school on the weekend, you know, that's a lot of time right there to play. That's a lot of time to get games in. Me personally, I will be playing on PlayStation 5. I will be on the tag Tweedy MK. So if you run into me, let's get some games in. Let's figure out the game. Let's do work. Let's get it done. Let's learn about cameos. Let's make all the girls go goddamn-eo. You know what I'm saying? Let's just take over. But real talk though, you know, I didn't get to play the stress test or at Evo or nothing like that. So this will be my first time playing MK1, and I'm super pumped for it. I'm super excited to learn with everyone. And I'm also, by the way, if you're using the Brooks Wingman converter, the new white and pink one, it did get approved for PS5, which is how I'm going to be able to use my Xbox controller this weekend, which I'm really excited for, because otherwise I was probably going to play on the Xbox. But, you know, Xbox, I don't really know who's on there, you know, but PlayStation's going to have Sonic, Ninja, you know, and, you know, my friend King Gambler that y'all hate. A lot of y'all hate when I pump him up, but yeah, it's going to have Foxy, like all those players on there, and I'm excited to play with them. And yeah, y'all, I'm excited. I'm going to go in with Sub-Zero and probably either Kano or Sonya or Frost. Let me know who you're going to go in with. I probably will try out Johnny Cage a little bit. I'm going to be honest with y'all though. A little bit of what what makes me nervous about Johnny is that he has no projectile, and you already know there's going to be a lot of ice clones. You already know a lot of people are going to be using sub. They're going to be throwing that ice clone out, and dealing with that with no projectile for 3 days straight just sounds like a nightmare. So yeah, y'all, I'll still try him out, but I'm probably mostly going to play Sub-Zero. Also, a little bit of news that I figured I'd throw on at the end of this video. We actually have a new Mortal Kombat 1 reveal Tuesday at Gamescom, which is going to be like a big game reveal stream, stuff like that. And it's going to be Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, which I believe is, 8 p.m. CET. I'm not sure what that is. Is that like a Europe time zone? Like, it's definitely like more Eastern than like the US, right? So, because it says 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so yeah, so 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, whatever, 8 p.m. CET. Sorry, I'm ignorant to time zones, y'all, but yeah, I'm expecting this to be like the Villains trailer. I think we're finally going to get Onaga. We're going to get Raiko. We're going to get General Shao. That's what I'm expecting. And it's going to be freaking hype. I'm definitely going to restream the event, stuff like that, and I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited to finally see the Dragon King, the Dragon Daddy. But that's going to be it for the video, y'all. Appreciate everyone. Much love. Later.